Hello friends, and welcome back to another video. Today I just thought I would get a real quick spring, kind of like a quick walkabout. I'm not going to probably go over every section. I just got off of work and it's a little overcast. We are expecting some weather to come in a little bit later, and I have to cook dinner too, so it'll be kind of quick, but it's kind of impromptu. But I just wanted to show you guys some things that's been going on in the garden space. We'll start right here on the side and work our way around the house. Hopefully we'll get around the whole entire thing. If not, there are other days. First thing that I want to show you guys right now, sorry for the background noise, I am not mic'd up because like I said, I just got off of work and hopped out of the car. Is the mess that is the side right now. So everything is a work in progress to you guys. You guys have to take into consideration my time is really not my own right now. I am a full-time worker. So I work full-time. I work at a school system. I teach littles and work with littles, and I am a full-time mom as well, a full-time wife, and I do things on the side, and then I try to film videos for you guys as a hobby. So I always have a lot going on. So my garden is real time. This is just, it is what it is right now. I got cans that I need to get out to the curbside. I got rocks stacked up right here because I have a project for our trash can area here. You see the hose for everything, but a lot of this is pretty raw right now because I have been transplanting a lot of things this spring. The one thing that I didn't transplant is my Baptisia. You can kind of see it coming, springing forth right now. And this variety, I always get the name really messed up, but it is the strawberry lemonade or pink lemonade or something of that sort. It's a proven winners variety. I have moved the roses that were here and the hibiscus, the hardy hibiscus. The roses are not doing that great. Hibiscus is doing wonderful. I've moved the roses quite a few times already, and I think I'm not sure that they're going to pull through this time. We've been getting a good amount of rain too, so the weeds are pretty strong right now. I have some allium coming up. I did leave one of the Atlas roses amongst the weeds, and I have gladiolas that tend to come back for me year after year. These beautiful puffs right here are penstemon. That is Midnight Masquerade. And then some coneflowers down through here, along with a lot of weeds. This area used to be filled with beautiful Gara, and you guys, only one is trying to come back, which is upsetting because it was a beautiful pink Gara, and there was some ajuga all over here, and I see this little tiny patch of ajuga here, that's all, and a lot of weeds. So I'm not sure what happened. This is a hydrangea. The variety I don't know because it was mislabeled when it was sent to me. So I'm not really sure what this hydrangea is. I probably will know when it starts to bloom though. I say that every year, but it definitely was mislabeled when it came to me. It was supposed to be a pufferfish. It definitely is not. The pufferfish is actually up front. Right here. Beautiful crop of weeds along with my sedum and phlox. That is a very vivid, sorry, my neighbor's AC unit came on, so I'll try to talk a little loud, but that's a very vivid phlox right there, that bright pop of green back here. And this right here is my Autumn Joy sedum. I've had this sedum for numerous years, and it's already bulking up in size this year. And behind it, I have more sedums. It says Sun Sparkler. Is it Dazzleberry? The darker one. And then this other one is a sedum from Proven Winners. It's part of the Rockstar or the Popstar collection or series of sedum. And then y'all, this area usually gets very dense and thick with lamb's ear, but it too is coming back exceptionally patchy, and I do not know why. I do have 2 lamb's ear on standby to plant in here just in case this doesn't start to bulk up and thicken up, but this is a Stacky's variety. I want to say this is Helen von Stein lamb's ear. It gets really large. Like I said, I see there's a patch. There's some more small patches coming up, and it may just be that I need to give it a little bit more time, but I feel like last year it was a little bit further along than it is right now. large weed. This is my tiny tough stuff hydrangea, you guys. So this is a serrata hydrangea, so or like a mountain hydrangea basically, and it gets pretty dappled sun over here, and it loves it. As you can see, it's heavily budded up every year, and this one is a reblooming hydrangea, so it blooms for me early in this. Early in the start of the season, and then it will just continue to rebloom for me later on in the season. So I really love this. I love it so much that I actually want the parent plant to this, which is the original Tough Stuff Hydrangea out back. And if you can see, that is a very large hosta. That is my Diamond Lake hosta, and it is every bit, I don't know how big this bad boy is. This is the one I keep saying that I want to move, but I'm really nervous to move it. It does really well up until the latter part of the season, and by that point, honestly, it doesn't really bother me. But it gets just a little bit of scorching. Like I said, it doesn't get a whole lot of sun over here, so it is what it is. So I'll probably just leave it alone because obviously it loves it there. Underplanted are some hellebores, more hostas, and a rogue rose bush that I need to come in here and dig up. I'm pretty sure that's part of the Bathsheba rose that used to live here. And also I have a zebra hydrangea that I honestly need to move because I don't need too much of anything else over in this area. I need to put some steppers down so that we can kind of keep it clear for the AC units. More hostas, just different varieties. Some Hudson Bays, some wee hostas. Back there is a beautiful Fatsia. It's a spider's web. That's the name of that one. Japanese painted ferns down in there. Some beautiful Everillo carex. The gorgeous Japanese maple, who just grows like a weed every year, and I just love it. I love it. Her color's starting to deepen a little bit now. You can see the new growth is very vivid, and then it just deepens to this really beautiful plum color. I love it. Underplanted the bunnies. I gotta unearth the bunny down there, but there's some more hosta and Japanese painted ferns down there. Also, my Fairy Trail Bride hydrangea that just does it every single year. It's a beautiful hydrangea. Guys, the grass is wet. I'm thinking it already rained here. I don't work here, so unless he had the sprinklers on or something, it may have already rained here. So I may have dodged that. But look how, I was showing my mom this hydrangea the other day because it just gets buds all up and down each stem. And when this thing goes to bloom, it is something, oh, it's beautiful. Here's the thing. I feel like these two are starting to choke each other out. So either I'm going to have to prune her or I'm going to have to move her. And I really don't want to have to do either of those things. But if I had to do something, I think it would be prune versus move. But she does bloom on old wood. That's the thing. So I just have to be mindful that I may lose some blooms next year. But I do want to keep her there. All right, let me spin you around kind of slow. All right, and here is my hedge of Limelight Prime hydrangeas that are growing in. Really nice. So a few of these are clearance plants, and you probably would not be able to guess which ones are clearance because they're all massive. And they were just, what, did I buy them last year, the year before last on clearance? That one is a clearance. That one is a clearance. And there's one on the other side that's a clearance. But aren't they just beautiful already? So early on. All right, let's go back here behind the fence. And here are the rest of the other two. That's the other clearance one. And this is the one I've had for I don't know how many years. It's just puny. let's make our way. Let me spin you up to show you what's in front of me currently. We planted this last year, and this is a tortilla chip hosta along with a pop star hydrangea, and then some unknown varieties of hydrangeas that are going to be moved. They are heavily budded. A part of me wants to just let them go ahead and do their thing, bloom, get it over with, and then dig them up. But I'm really not a fan of them. I got these at a plant sale probably when we first moved into this place, and she didn't tell me the variety. She just said that they grow like weeds and they're huge, and they really truly are. I just don't like how patchy they grow in on their branchings. It just looks really patchy to me, and I don't really care for that. Not to mention, I have to forfeit blooms if we have like a late frost or something. So I'd rather not. And I'd rather have something out here that I love. Actually, this is probably going to be the future home of my raised garden. I think this whole area right in here, right along in this area, we shall see. Let's take a look down here. There's my Vitex. It blooms, but it gets a little bit too much shade, so I do have plans to move it as well. They don't die back for us like they do in some cooler climates. They just tend to continue to grow on. So it'll be about 12 feet tall in the end. I can't wait to get back here with some mulch. We got some heuchera that's kind of patchy with coming back, and then we got some that's doing okay. My viburnum that I need to move gets a little bit too much shade this far into the bed. And look at that. That is my Sum and Substance hosta. I think I just planted it last year. It's a big boy already. And then there's my little drift of wee hosta there, and my incredible hydrangea. This area is going to get reworked too. So everything from like the Sum and Substance hosta and all this will stay. They love it here. The Japanese maple behind it, which is growing also like a weed, will stay. Everything back here, all the hostas and the astilbe, that's all subject to change. I am going to keep my oak leaf hydrangeas where they are. I'm just going to add to that bank. So you'll see all these hostas and stuff behind it. And those are all being transplanted. All the weeds are going to get dug up, cleaned out, and I'm going to plant another variety of oak leaf hydrangeas there, just so it'll be a really thick hedge of oak leaf hydrangeas. Also right in here will probably be more hydrangeas because that's just my plant of preference. I love me some hydrangeas. I think I got that from my mom. I also thought about putting in like a sweet little gate or little arbor over this little walkway entrance here. I think that would be sweet. There are more hostas. Like I said, with the exception of these two, I may keep these two here just because I like the placement and where they are. All these other hostas and things right along in here, like I said, they will make way for more hydrangeas instead. And you guys, all of the seed pods and the tulips from the tulip tree up above me are just raining down right now. So that's another reason why I have not mulched back here yet. I really want all that debris to kind of fall down first. These are oak leaf hydrangeas, which are going to bloom for me this year, and they are so budded up, and I'm so excited about it. The deer snacked all my stuff off last year, so I have not got blooms on these for 2 years, you guys. So to see them all budded up like this just makes my heart happy. But can you imagine just having this just thick with oak leaf hydrangeas wrapped around the base of this really big tree right here? This is the tulip tree, by the way. Really pretty. Oh, and down at my feet, I need to clean this. Yeah, I think it's rained, you guys. This mulch looks wet. Or just more hydrangeas and ferns. Some are just like wood ferns, and others are autumn ferns, just different varieties, Japanese painted ferns. Here is where the transplanting began. So I have hostas here, hellebores here all along the pathway. And this is where things kind of took a turn because I was trying to stay within the confines of the flower bed line that was already here prior to me moving in. And I felt like I was being restricted and it just wasn't allowing me to do my thing like I wanted to. So I just started digging things up and just laying it down on the ground where I thought it would be beautiful. And then I would dig a hole there no matter what was there. And I felt that was the most freeing thing for me because for whatever reason, I think I've just been so busy and so overwhelmed with life. I just have not been able to think outside of the box here lately with certain things. So I haven't been filming a whole lot because I've done a whole lot back here and I've not picked up the camera to film one bit of it because it was stressing me. And if it's starting to become a stressor, then I need to back away from it for a minute and just come back to what I knew, which was just getting out here, turning on some music early in the morning and playing in the dirt. And I have enjoyed every bit of it. So what I've been doing too is a section at a time, just weeding as I go, because that will stress me out as well, trying to tackle it all at once. So whatever section I want to work in is the section that I weed for today. So here's all, those birds are going crazy back there. The cat's over there. Ugh. Anyway, hopefully you guys can hear me over the birds, but that's just the same variety of hellebore right here. I do not know the name of that hellebore. There is my Godzilla fern back there, mixed in with some beautiful varieties of hosta. And you guys, some of these, I'm not just going to remember what the names of them are because I have so many. So I don't know what all of them are, but I do know what the vast majority of them are. I know that's a blue angel, some guacamoles. I got heuchera here, some Pollinaria here. Those are different varieties of Pollinaria. I think I have 4 different varieties. You can totally tell the difference. And if I had to pick my favorite, obviously, it's going to be this one right here because these are relatively the same age. So the 3 smaller ones in the front are spot on. The other ones back here is Pinkaboo. Then I have, I think this one called Twinkle Toes. It's new. I have to go back and look. I want to say that one is called Twinkle Toes. And then Trevi Fountain, right? It's kind of tucked in right back in there behind the up under the guacamole. But I mean, would you take a look at the Pinkaboo? I mean, if I could get my hands on more of those, I wholeheartedly will pop them in here. I will find a place for them to be because they are just beautiful. And look how they look up against that guacamole hosta. I mean, my goodness. Every time I come down here now, it just makes my heart happy to see that. It's just gorgeous. That's a Woo La La hosta, and I have a couple of autumn ferns that I've been transplanting from around my fountain up front. So a lot of these hostas have came from different parts of my garden. I have a lot, and I still have a lot more to transplant. So there's plenty more right up that hill there that needs to come on down the hillside because I have to make way for my oak leaf hydrangeas. But it looks so pretty sitting up there. Those are seducer hostas back there. And then I have, he probably won't get its full potential because it's not going to get a whole lot of sun right there. But that is a dwarf Alberta spruce. And then these beautiful autumn frost hostas here. So I do have some transplanted heuchera as well. I don't know. I don't think it's just me because I've heard other people say this as well, that certain heuchera are not very reliable at coming back for them. And I have that same issue. I have noticed this. The darker the heuchera is for me, the more reliable it is and the more profusely they grow for me. These have been transplanted and they've not even missed a beat. Other ones would normally just wilt and kind of die back. These are doing great. These are Proven Winners Wild Berry. And I have another variety from Lowe's that I got that I've had since we moved in, and they do amazingly well also. So I don't know. I'm just, if it works, then I'm just going to roll with it. I have others you can see in cans, and then I still have more to transplant. So it's just going to be a hosta and fern, just all the beautiful shade things. Right here is my other red bud. This is a forest pansy. I know y'all are probably like, why'd you plant it there? These trees that it's up under are huge, and the furthest branch has to be well above 25 feet, and the height of this tree is 25 feet by 20 feet or something like that. So it's got plenty of room to do its thing right here. And I think it'll be beautiful right here, honestly. And this is the area that I am still currently working on. I went to Goodwill this past weekend in a different area, and I found that pot there. I think I'm going to paint it or do some kind of a treatment on it, but I want to put something really pretty in it. I was thinking some heuchera or some coleus or something like that. And I'm going to come in with this flower bed with some coleus, probably a red variety, just to kind of brighten it up. But I transplanted my Penny Mac hydrangea. She finally is being a little less dramatic about her move. She was happy where she was, and she was letting me know it, because those little droopy leaves were working my nerves. But she looks better now. This is the first day I've came out here in the evening, and she doesn't look so fussy. So she's doing good. She's doing really well right there. So this area has been weeded, and now I just have to come in with a little bit of mulch. These hostas were moved from the back side of this tree where they were getting way too much sun. And now I think they would be beautiful here. And my new favorite, it's not really a new perennial to me. I've had it in this garden space before, but it is turning into one of my favorite perennials now, is Mahonia. This is a Southern Living plant collection, soft caress Mahonia. And you guys, so I've had it here for, I don't know, a couple of years. We've only been in the house for 3. And every time I've seen it, I've loved it, but I just would never buy it because I didn't know really what I wanted to do with it at previous properties and homes. So me and my eldest daughter went to Disney for a school trip. And when we went to a specific ride, they had this stuff planted in mass. And I was so in awe by that. I mean, I could not quit talking about it. My daughter was like, really, Mom? Really? Like, let it go. But I just could not let it go. And I said, I can't do like 50 of these. I mean, I probably could back here. This is a pretty large flower bed. I said, but I can do a decent sized drift of these. Guys, look at how beautiful that is. It's almost fern-like in its texture. Almost looks like a mini palm tree to me. I don't know, little palm fronds, but they're beautiful. So this one I already had. It was planted in a little bit more shade. The others I just bought. We went to Lowe's the other day, and I'm like, load them in. So I have 5 of them here. They will get to be about 3.5 feet tall by 3 feet wide. So I got them planted probably about 1.5 feet or maybe a little bit more, but not too much more than that, apart on center of the plant. And that is just going to be a beautiful, beautiful look right here. So they do like part shade conditions to full shade. So this is a wonderful spot for it to be right here, I think. Oh, I just love that. I love, with the exception of the hose right here, but I love this angle right here. It's so pretty to me. It's shaping up. It's not, is it complete? No. Look at all that mess right there. But I can still see the beauty in it, and I love it so much more now that it's starting to take a shape of its own. But I mean, just come on. Oh, I'm happy when I come out here now. We'll go around in a minute, but I want to spin you around and show you what is blooming over there on my fence line. So right here is the most fragrant rose ever. It is, oh, what is the name of this rose? It is a yellow rose, David Austin rose, and it smells so fruity and so delicious. I will pop the name of this rose up because right now my brain is completely overworked, and trying to think of names of things right now, it's just not going to happen. It's just not. But man, does it smell delicious. I mean, like, it makes you want to take a bite out of it. I know that sounds crazy, but it just smells, it's very intoxicating to smell. Let me see if it has a smell now. It doesn't quite smell like anything as of yet, but when it opens, man, oh man. And the limelight standards are doing pretty decent. This one had a lot of dieback on it. Like I said, they were a struggle when I bought them. I got these on clearance from Lowe's last year for footy. I'm talking like some of my kindergartners right now. For 40 bucks a piece, you guys. So I have that one, which was a little bit smaller, and then I have this one as well. They're all flushing out really nicely though. They all look really good. Yes, they're uneven, they're wonky, but once they get a little bit more growth in them, I will prune them up and shape them up so that they look a little bit more uniform. But they're filling in really good. I know there was someone who asked me about them, so I just kind of like to share them still. They're still doing good. Look. Oh. Look at that rose. So this is Bathsheba. Oh. She has a myrrh smell to her, and it is just delicious. Some people don't like that smell, but oh, I love the smell like that. It's a little fresher bud. So I just kind of have her, right now she's a little wild thing, but she's just kind of going at it, climbing across the fence there, and I'm just going to let her do her thing. She is heavily budded up. She was that way straight out of the box when I purchased her, what, 2 some odd years ago. I think it's how long I've had this rose. She transplanted like a pro. She shoots up random stalks. She's it's a really vigorous rose. I think it'll get to be about 12 feet in length. So yeah, she'll do her thing for sure. Don't she grows, for me, she grew a lot the first year. Now I don't know how she'll do for how the rose will do for anyone else, but down here in my zone 8A, and she was in this rose was in part shade, like very dappled lighting, and it bloomed its head off. So I can only imagine what it's going to do down here in the full sun conditions. It's probably just going to go crazy. I'll probably have to prune on it quite a bit. There's nothing else really to see over here. I haven't really developed any beds over here. I don't know if I'll be able to. My husband doesn't want to lose the grass, so I don't know. We'll see. This is a Rosa Sharon. This one is pink chiffon. I have a blue chiffon right up the hill that I can show you. The beautiful evergreen that we limbed up, and some Tradescantia. It blooms beautifully. And then there's nothing, well, I don't think there's anything new in this bed since we shot the last video. Well, actually there is. So this is a lilac. This is what is this one? Baby Kim. This is Monrovia. This is the only lilac, you guys, that I've ever seen that can tolerate a zone 8. So we shall see. I got 2 of them. I was feeling froggy, so I left, and I picked up 2 of them, and we'll see how they're doing. I only got 1 of them in the ground so far. But it looks to be doing okay. It is got a little bit of burn on the tips, so I don't know. And the evergreens are doing good though. They're doing pretty good. There's my other red bud, and the other large shrub is my what is this thing called? This is the Royal Star Magnolia, and it will get to be about 15 feet tall, I think, and 12 feet spread. So a nice little mini tree right here in this corner. It's doing pretty good too. Looks like it's got a little bit of burn, but honestly, that's to be expected because it was underneath the covering of our porch and babied by me for weeks. So I threw it out here in the ground and was like, there you go. And It's looking a little bit burnt, I'm not gonna lie. I'll just make sure to keep it, give it a little extra love and a little bit more water since it's out here. Across the way, look at that smoke bush. I'm so proud. This little bed's adorable. Everything's probably going to outgrow this space though, if I'm being honest, because it's not the biggest bed in the block. But there's the catmint, the phlox, the bobo hydrangea, smoke bush, all my trash in the background I need to throw away. Veronica, that is white wands. Another new favorite perennial. Don't know what took me so long to get it, but now that I have it, I want more of it. That's an Aphophia and a hardy geranium. I think that's Boom Chocolata. Everyone talks about theirs getting powdery mildew, so I'm just going to have to keep an eye out on mine and hope that it doesn't do the same. I think we pretty much got everything over here. Well, I didn't show you my evergreen back here. Let me show you that real quick. All right, you guys, so I told you I just kind of work in pieces. So this is the next piece that I will be working on. You can already see I got my cans lined up. And my brain is ticking on what needs to be done. Like I said, this will be the start of a raised garden bed over here. You can see we're dealing with a slope, so we'll have to fix that issue. But this is my weeping Atlas cedar. We got it trained in a serpentine shape. It is flushing out beautifully along with the weeds around it. So like I said, I weed each section as I go. I'm not going to stress myself out about them. They're going to be there. Trust me, they're not going anywhere. So, and then I have me some hydrangeas here. I do want to pick up about 2 more of these. This is Invincible Sublime. Beautiful, bright green. Y'all know green is my color. Blooms. So, really chartreuse, if I'm being real. They're beautiful. They're going to be beautiful. More Nepeta. And a couple of Atlas roses here, and then we're just kind of right back where we started from. So, oh, and that is I think that's a summer wine 9-bark, which it does okay right here. I kind of got it tucked under the canopy of the tree, so if I pull it up a little bit more, he'd probably do better. But it is what it is. Also, there is a massive azaleas underneath that tree that are just going out of bloom. I think I took a picture of them when they were in bloom. That's an old variety, so it's not going to rebloom for us again. That's pretty much it. But they stayed in bloom for quite some time. If I have a picture, I'll insert it. If not, it won't be there. All right, this is a gigantic daylily. It's red. I don't remember the name of it. I'm sorry, but it's proven winners. This is also my beautyberry bush that's starting to finally flesh out. I thought it was dead. It is not. This bed also is full of weeds. I got to come through here. I got to edge it. We got a pallet of mulch. I'll mulch it. I'm not stressing. I can only do so much. I'm one person, so it'll get done. More Boom Chocolatas. Blue chiffon roses share, and these things grow pretty hard. I mean, they grow quick. Very vigorous plants. Very vigorous. My inkberry hollies, that one took a branch to the last storm, so it's missing a limb. This one's fleshing out pretty good, and so is that one. Oh, my transplanted rose on the struggle bus. Oh, it is what it is. I really like that one. And my transplanted hibiscus, which is not on the struggle bus. You guys, the roots that were in that thing were crazy. It had a really long, almost like a tap root, which I've never transplanted a hibiscus, so I don't really know much. But I got enough of it, and I got enough roots to where it is still pushing up all that new growth. I keep it very well watered, though, because I don't want to lose this one. This is my summerific, very awesome hibiscus, so she's doing good. I'm so happy. My Gara, this is Beliza white Gara. It's starting to bud up. I want more of it. I probably will get more of it, probably at least 3 to 4 or 5 more. Who knows? I feel sprinkles, so I'm going to start rushing now. Alliums all the way through here. I had agapanthus in here, but I'm not I think that's an agapanthus, and that's one too. But definitely have all these alliums here. So this whole section back here, so I need probably about 6 to 7 more alliums. I just want a bank of white and a bank of purple blooms over here. One is a serendipity. That was a transplant because it was kind of in my way. And I do have others I could move, but I'm not right now. More hostas. And my little lime hydrangeas are starting to flush in. And these ridiculously pitiful roses, I'm over them. They're probably over me too, if I'm being wholeheartedly honest. I've transplanted these roses more times than I would like to count, and they probably hate me for it at this point, and it looks like they just want to give up the ghost, and I'm just going to let them. It is what it is. I can buy another rose. This year I'm just going to pack that area full of annuals and call it a day. We got the varieties that's starting to flush out everywhere. My banana cream daisies back there are coming in. You guys, I got this salvia last year from Home Depot. This is a Vigoro salvia. I want to say it was like, I don't remember the name of it. I don't remember the name. But look at it. It is beautiful. And what attracted me to it in the first place are the bloom stalks. The pollinators are already all over it. Look at that honeybee going to work. I mean, honeybee, Lord, that's a bumble. You know what I mean. Get it, buddy. But they are doing it right here. I feel like I need like one more, like right there. But then, I don't know. The chances of me finding it I think it's called Rose Marvel is the name of it, now that I'm thinking back. And let me climb back here and show you the buds on this peony. So this is an Ito peony. This is Bartzella. And I mean, her blooms are massive. She is really budded up. The thing that I hate about this is that their blooms don't last very long. But I do love the foliage, so it kind of makes it worth it. That's the puffer fish. Whoop, right there. And the rest of these, they're smoky. The rest of these are little limes. Not so little limes. All right, let me try to get out of here without hurting myself. So, this bed has not been... It's been weeded, but it has not been mulched yet. So, it will look so much better when I come in here to find the edge a little bit more and put that mulch down. Oh, it'll be a thing of beauty. And there's Callie behind the verbena. This is a perennial for us. For most people, I buy it as an annual, but it does perennialize for me here because we are zone 8A. And I think it's Violet Ice is the name of this one if anyone is interested. It is the most vivid of purples or blues that I have ever seen. It's so beautiful. It's almost electric. And the areas where you don't see blooms, there are tons and tons of buds. And then this will continue to flush because this actually is semi-evergreen for me. I just came in and cleaned out some of the messed up foliage from it. And then the new green foliage will emerge and it will just keep producing and producing and producing. I love it. I had some towards the end, but I accidentally ripped it up. So, and those are Nandinas back there, in case anyone wants to know. And on this side of the walk is my evergreen that I keep in the container that I'm not sure if it's going to stay here or not. And this dang vining weed, I dug most of them out, so these are the only ones that I've seen this year, which is actually miraculous. But you have to come in and dig them up. But let's see. I mean, just look at it, and it wraps itself around everything. You don't see it until the last possible minute. Oh, it's obnoxious. But over here, we just have hostas. This area is pretty shady to a certain extent. So these are coast to coast hostas, and then I left an autumn frost hosta up here just because it looked like it was happy there. So I left it. And see, this is the remnants of what I didn't pull up. There's the Bloodgood Japanese maple. More hostas. These are Empress Wu hostas. I think there's like 6 of them in there. It will definitely be a statement. I think there's 6 of them, and then I have some Wu La La hostas in here as well. Like there's one Wu La La, and then there's another one right around the way there. Hold on, here comes a bus. Sorry guys, that was a lot going on. There's a school bus dropping off kids right there, so I had to pause. And there's a lot of background traffic now because of it, so I apologize. We're almost at the end here, but we got some Empress Wu hostas here, like I said, coming all up through there. They're going to be huge this year too. Yeah, but y'all, these things just emerged out the ground. Can you imagine by the end of the season the size of these? We've been here for 3 years. This will be our 4th year in October, so they're going on 3 years old. And some of them are actually are 3 years old because I've had them before. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what this little area is going to look like in just a few short months with everything growing in. I do see more blackberries again, and I just weeded this dang bed, the birds and the blackberries. But yeah, that's it. Right, and then there is my Japanese maple that I have pruned up because it needed it desperately. And this is the other variety of heuchera that I was talking about. Check it out. Y'all, I have never, ever seen a heuchera, or at least in my yard. In our yard, I've not seen a heuchera get this large ever. There's only 4 in here. 4. And they are huge. Like, look how big that leaf is. Look at that. It probably doesn't look that big, but like, that's my hand. They're huge. These are just some daylilies and some larapi all around in there, and some plant cell hostas, which is ridiculous. It looks like one's already about to bloom. Several of them are already about to bloom. Look at that. Huh. We have been abnormally warm for months now. But yeah, this thing grows like a weed as well. I really wished I would have planted this one out back. If I can find another one, I probably would. I probably put it in the wrong spot because of its growth habit, but if I have to keep pruning on it, so be it, because it's just beautiful. Y'all, this thing's only 2 years old, if that, and I bought it at home Lowe's like a couple of years ago, and it's already massive. That is going to wrap up this. I said it was going to be a quick little tour. Hopefully it's not too terribly long, but that is going to wrap up this spring garden tour today. I hope you guys enjoyed this content. If you did find it informative, or you just enjoyed it, found it relaxing, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe. It's totally free to do so, and share it with someone who may enjoy the content as well. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.